So last time we talked about Coraline and Mel having all these awkward moments while they're alone together, and how the things in the refrigerator were blatantly contradicting things we just saw on screen. And I personally feel like Coraline is still in the other world during that shopping trip and the look at the fridge, because Mel was emotionally all over the place and being the worst example of a mother yet. It's almost as if Coraline was being pushed to favor the other mother, and it's just way too convenient to be real. But please, weigh in by leaving me a comment. We're about to get started with Coraline returning to the other world for the third time. Hey guys, I'm Megan, and this is the Fangirl, where we have been dissecting Coraline scene by scene. And today we're jumping into my rough estimate of what scene 18 is, which is Coraline entering the other world for the third time. And this is where the danger sensors in Coraline's brain are finally starting to work right. I know a movie needs space to do movie stuff, but Coraline is over the top reckless, and it makes me nuts. But Coraline crawls out of the tiny door and she doesn't look around this time. She doesn't investigate. She doesn't need to hear something to lure her into the kitchen. She just stands up and walks towards the stove where the beldam is usually standing because she's gotten so comfortable that it already feels like home here. And Coraline is looking pretty happy and relaxed. It looks like she just walked into a house where she wants to be there. However, as Coraline gets into the kitchen, she glances around and doesn't find anyone else. Instead, the table has a black box marked Coraline, and there's a tower of cupcakes, hot dogs, a pepperoni pizza, cookies, nachos with salsa, and grilled ham and cheese sandwiches, I think, along with a pitcher of lemonade with fresh lemons in it. Other Mama has been busy. And there's a note that reads, "Dearest Coraline, Miss Spink and Miss Forcible have invited you downstairs after lunch. I hope you like the new outfit I made you. Love, Mother." And notice there is no more other to this mother, but this is where we get the iconic blue sweater with the silver stars, and there's also black pants and these boots that have a little bit of a heel, all of which delight Coraline. But hold on, this bothers me for several reasons. For starters, if Coraline was truly in the real world with her real mother when they were clothes shopping, then how would the other mother know that Coraline had just been upset over gray uniforms? Now there was that quick back and forth in the kitchen where Mel said, "Oh, you can come to the store and pick out something you like." And Coraline goes, "Like the gloves?" But that's not a lot to go off of to build somebody an outfit. The Coraline button-eyed doll wasn't in the store, so the other mother should not know that Coraline wanted colorful gloves. And the doll was not there in the kitchen either to see the bland gray clothes. And we know that Coraline didn't put the clothes in her room either because she literally took off for the other world as soon as her mother shut the door. This kid has repeatedly been a slob in this movie, so no, I don't believe she stopped to put her uniforms away in her bedroom before leaving reality. So the other mother should have zero inkling that Coraline is unhappy with her clothing situation, because Coraline has never brought any of that up when she's in the other world or around that doll. The other thing that bothers me with the beldam giving Coraline a full set of new clothes, it's like Coraline is being told to cast aside her old clothing, which represents her old life in the real world, and then put on these fake clothes made with unnatural otherworld materials. It's very similar to people putting on a special robe before going through a religious ceremony like a baptism. Or there was this custom when a princess was brought to a different country to marry into the royal family. Once she crossed the border to her new homeland, she had to shed all of her items in favor for things that were exclusively from that country. So these clothes I don't think are a gift as much as they are getting Coraline to agree to leave her old life behind. So Coraline changes off camera and walks outside where the topiary ostrich flamingo guy is now facing the other direction. A subtle hint that things are turning or changing in a new direction. So whereas the other world has been fun, we can start to think, oh, things are different. Maybe it's about to go badly. And as Coraline belches, super classy, the black cat responds by meowing, and Coraline ends up saying, oh, you must be the other cat. But the cat responds with the rich voice of Keith David, proclaiming that he's not the other anything, he's himself. Coraline then tells him that, oh yeah, I can see that you don't have buttons for eyes, but why can you talk? Seriously, this is already more questions than Coraline has asked during her previous 2 visits to the other world combined. But the cat is being a cat, which, as they say in The Last Unicorn, no cat ever gave anyone a straight answer. So the black cat replies with, I can just talk here. Like that's any kind of an explanation. So when Coraline tries to keep debating the otherness of the cat, she tells him that cats don't talk back in the real world. And again, the cat is giving weird, dodgy answers saying, no, well, you're clearly the expert on these things. As if he could talk in the real world if he wanted to, he just chooses not to, and that's so confusing. And then we find out that the cat harbors grudges as he angrily calls Coraline out for saying that he was a big fat wuss-puss. Coraline tries to apologize and asks how the cat can get into the other world, and he just states, I've been coming here for a while. For real, think about this. If the cat is supposed to be a heroic figure here to save Coraline, then why does he have petty grudges about being called a name, and why is he not giving any direct answers? He's not even like, oh, I stumbled across this place one day. It's just like, oh, I've been coming here for a while. Oh, you can't hear me? That's your problem. What? And the cat disappears behind a branch and reappears inside of the squirrel hole in the trunk of the tree, which is several feet away. He tells Coraline that he's playing a game with the other mother because she hates cats and tries to keep him out, but can't. And to illustrate this, the cat sticks his head through a hole in the tree and pops out of the other tree hole 20 feet away. And the entire time this cat is talking, he's got such an attitude and keeps sticking his nose up in the air as if he believes he's this superior being. Although I don't know how Coraline is watching this cat play Portal 2 and she's not trying it herself. I would be over there sticking my hand in the hole and seeing if I can wave to myself across the yard. Would that not be a useful trick for her to adapt to and learn while she's in the other world? Coraline, you need to learn how to run and hide. Even if you think it's a game, that is a skill you should want to acquire. Then the cat does the strangest info drop. He says that Coraline probably thinks that the other world is a dream come true, but that's wrong because the other YB told the cat so. But the cat was acting wary of the button-eyed doll before Coraline even met other YB. And I assume that other YB didn't exist before Coraline met him because why would he? What purpose would he serve as a puppet that drains the Beldam's energy faster? So the cat has to be lying here. Things just don't add up. But the cat keeps talking himself up, saying how he doesn't need other YB to talk because he has way better senses than humans. Then the cat freezes because he hears something and bounds across the roofing off screen, not to be seen again for at least a few minutes. Although, despite having yet another warning practically spelled out for her, Coraline gently shakes her head left and right as if she's dismissing everything the cat just said, and she takes off towards the basement apartment door, which is now covered with these twinkling lights as if she's walking into some kind of dressing room or bordello. And while that's a cute little touch, and lights make you feel safe as a human in general, come on, a cat just spoke and gave you a warning. Why won't this child heed any warnings? At some point, she's not being trapped. She's getting what she deserves. But as Coraline is about to walk downstairs, I noticed the topiary bird bird has changed the direction of its head again. I'm trying to tell, but I don't think the bird has a button eye, but he was definitely looking the other way when Coraline exited the house. It also seems like that topiary has moved to a different section of the yard, because that's the porch Coraline walked out of, but now the bird is over here to the front of the steps. And we've never seen any signs of a second topiary, so this could just be a production continuity error, but it's so strange. Anyways, we're going to call this scene here because the Spink Enforceable scene deserves so much attention. However, let's do some comment appreciation here at the end. I've gotten some tips on audience retention, so I'm trying to keep the start of the videos more focused and do the funner stuff here at the end. But anyways, Nope2191 said, "Heya from Michigan. Lopers are Lower Peninsula residents and Yoopers are Upper Peninsula residents living in the UP. And apparently the two peninsulas of Michigan are connected by the Mackinac Bridge, and people who live in the lower part, the Lopers, are also called trolls." I am so thankful that somebody finally came in and said, hey, here's an explanation of why they call her a Loper. Thank you so much. And then from Navi Pips, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Thank you, YouTube, for randomly reminding me of this channel. Friendly reminder to anybody watching, it really does help me out more than you know if you like, subscribe, share, and comment on videos. You don't even have to send the link anywhere, just copy the link, and sometimes that's enough to get me a boost in the algorithm, because this channel is dwindling and dying, and everything I do to get it in the other direction is not long-term successful. And I know people are still watching Coraline videos because I see recently posted ones getting tens of thousands, if not millions of views, and I'm over here with crickets for the most part. Not that I don't appreciate those of you viewing. I love you all. I am so thankful that you're here. You guys watching right now are the reason that I keep getting up to do these videos. But oh my gosh, if you saw my stats in 2018, it's like not even comparable. I don't even get a drop in the bucket of views compared to what I used to. So yes, again, like, subscribe, comment, share, anything you can do for free that engages with this video makes a huge difference. And if you would like to be a super helpful angel and you are able and willing, do not forget that I have channel memberships as well, because every penny basically helps me out at this point. Anyways, don't forget to let me know if you think the black cat is a good guy or a bad guy. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next week. It might not be reality, but theories are more fun. And to any of my members here on YouTube, a huge bottom of my heart thank you for all of your help and support. If you would like to become a paid channel member, there is a link in the description below. Thanks again, guys. Love you. Well, family members, we're almost done, but I want to invite you to hang out with me in some other places. I'm on Twitter and Instagram as my own personal self, and I have a Facebook page too, but I mostly just post photos over there. And sometimes people say, "Hey McGann, I want to mail you something. How do I do that?" Easy. Just click the About tab on my channel page, and my most current P.O. Box info will be right there. I also run another channel, The Family. It's really a hodgepodge channel where we might post anything. Oh yeah, and I also sell shirts and stickers and stuff with the Family and the Fangirl logos. If that is your cup of tea, I have a link in every description of every video. Finally, if you want to help out the Fangirl channel and make sure I'm putting out video essays for years to come, the best way you can help is by subscribing and watching more of my videos, whether they're new, old, whatever. Maybe even share one or two on social media, help spread the word. People who watch to the end of videos, like you, helps to tell the site, hey, this is a good video, we should recommend it to other people. So if you made it this far, leave me a comment of something like, hey, I made it to the end. Love ya. See you next time, family members. Bye.